Hey everybody, here we are on the Wednesday of Holy Week, and I hope you're doing well and hope you're able to reflect on what this week means and the lessons that we're learning of how we connect in the middle of being separated and how we find our relationship with God even when we're feeling sometimes kind of lost and sometimes kind of isolated. I thought tonight I would kind of do a part two of what I started on Monday with the idea of this in-between time from Palm Sunday to Maundy Thursday. Lots was happening and in the life of Jesus in that first Holy Week. And I don't know if you knew this. I just found this out. This is sometimes known as Spy Wednesday or Betrayal Wednesday. It's not like Taco Tuesday. It's when we commemorate some people commemorate the betrayal that Judas sold Jesus out for 30 pieces of silver. I don't know if it happened on this day or how that all happened. What I'm thinking about is, as followers of Jesus, what must it have been like to be part of that Palm Sunday triumphant processional, only to see Jesus go into the temple and turn the tables over and make everybody there angry, and to see Jesus weep over the city of Jerusalem, and to see Judas betraying Jesus, and in the days to come, all of the followers of Jesus would run away, except for a few of the women who stayed by his side the whole time. Anyway, tonight I'm thinking about, two songs came to mind, and the interesting thing is both of these songs have somewhat unknown origins. They both have roots in the African American spiritual tradition, and they both have roots in the Appalachian folk music tradition, and I think that's kind of a cool combination. The first one that you'll hear is Jesus walked this lonesome valley. Because I think about how lonesome Jesus must have felt for a lot of this time. His followers, even then, didn't fully get it. We still don't fully get it. But Jesus walked that road. No matter what. Jesus persisted. Jesus knew that to not walk that road would be to sell God short and to sell us short and to not live fully that love that Jesus was called to live. So that's going to be the first song. And then the other song is Down to the River to Pray. And especially I was thinking about that line, "Oh, good Lord, show us the way." And I'm just especially thinking during these times how the way is often a little muddy and unclear. Certainly must have felt that way in the first Holy Week. What was the way Jesus was leading his followers on? Interesting thing about this song, Down to the River, is that the earliest known version of it is, I went down to the valley to pray, and rather than, if you know the words, it's, "Oh brother, come on down," or "Sisters, come on down," and the earliest version it was, "Oh mourners, come on down." down to the valley to pray. So maybe that's the way to think of that song during this season. Anyway, I'm just going to play a little bit. If you recognize it and feel like singing along, you certainly are welcome to do that. And otherwise, I just hope the music leads you, as it leads me, into a time of reflection on what it means to be following Jesus into this week. What it means to pray, "Good Lord, show us the way." I hope your night is a good one. Don't forget, tomorrow's Maundy Thursday, and we were having online services at 7 o'clock. Good Friday, we also have online services at 7. And then Easter Sunday, I'll be on Facebook Live service for our sunrise service at 6:30. And then we'll have our services at 8:30 and 10 and 5 o'clock. Blessings to you. May your walk be gentle and deep and lead you to wonderful discoveries. Amen.